In Georgia, she's the first one that graduated on her mother's side of the family. I think you once you reach parity with the national average, what's there to celebrate? You just regular degular. Welcome back to the channel. Hope some of my past material has piqued your interest or kept you entertained in some form or fashion. If not, hopefully I'll get better. I remember in school they taught us that at one point in time in the US, it was illegal to teach enslaved people anything, how to read, math, what have you. They made it seem as if the importance of being able to read and write was paramount to developing a better citizen. And if you look at the chart over here, it points to tracking from 1940 up to 2019, the national average and specifically black people. 1940, was sub 10%, went to high school, graduated high school, things got better and better and better. And now thing is pretty much on par. I wonder why things have changed so much. Used to be, oh, well, you can't go to school. Then you got to school, people were proud of actually being the first in the family to graduate high school. First male, first female to graduate high school was a big thing. Pretty much a celebration. People, family gathered. It was a very, very monumentous event. Children strive to actually be the first or to try to be able to get as close as possible. If not graduating high school, getting close. Going to work, sometimes work was more important than actually getting a high school diploma. Understandable. The high school became kind of, I know of or in my family. Then it became, well, attending college. And in the chart, you'll see again from 1940 to 2019, the black population age 25 and older. 1940, almost zero, pretty close to zero, might as well be zero. And over time, it got better and better. Family came from far and wide and would celebrate the son or daughter graduated high school. I mean, graduated college. I don't know. Kind of stuck on high school. I don't know why. Things. It just seemed like it's not enough. I guess at some point in time, everybody's going to high school. Then eventually became to, well, so many people are going to college, junior college, Ivy Leagues, notable schools, so on and so forth, HBCUs. And the new car smell of being the first to go to high school, graduate high school, first to go to college, getting bachelor's, master's, PhD, so on and so forth. I think doctorate. To where now less than not how do I say this? Trivial things are being celebrated. Things that really don't carry the weight that one would think they should. Kids applying to a whole bunch of schools, just two. You cannot go to all these colleges. One could argue it's rather selfish to apply to so many schools. That's just me. I could be wrong. I could be right. $3 million in scholarships. The other one, had 5.2 million. Got 1.2 million. Why do this? Used to be, like I said, it used to be important. A moment of pride in a family to be the first to go to high school, the first to graduate high school, and the same thing with college and going well beyond getting the associates. Now kids are doing the most. And this is not a knock on these individuals. I'm saying has the luster of going to high school, going to college, has it lost its, oh, this is monumental? And is this the reason why these young adults are doing these things? Why is the media putting this in a paper like this is something to, oh, give them a congratulate? Why would you congratulate somebody for over applying? And again, I am not knocking these young individuals out. They're doing it. Somebody told them to do it. Fine. I'm saying, why are they putting this out there for people to celebrate? But why the emphasis on 80, 50 jillion college applications and 2.2 quadrillion in scholarships. It's odd. It almost seems like an act of desperation to me. The fact that they're saying, "Oh, celebrate this." Is it overcompensating for something? Because my biggest thing is like when they talk about predominantly black school, high school, charter school, or whatever, and they boast a high graduation rate and a high college acceptance rate. You never hear of the, oh well, that 98% of college acceptance has an over 80% college graduation rate. You never hear of that. Just because you get into college doesn't mean you graduate. This is just an odd behavior as far as I see that they have the students doing it. As a parent, it doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, now you need to narrow that down. What you applying to all those schools for? You have your first choice, second choice, and you have maybe three alternatives. That's it. It's an overindulgence. Never mind the time wasted filling out all of those applications and the fees that come with that. Maybe they what you call it? What's the word? Waive the fees for the applications. I don't know. Maybe they started doing that, but this just it's just too much. It doesn't do anything. This is not something that you're gonna take into full adulthood and say, oh well, I remember when I applied to 188 colleges and I got $5.78 million in scholarship money. And I'm using that behavior over here for a game. How seems like a waste of time to me. That's could be wrong, but it seems like there is an overindulgence in a doing it, b celebrating it. My theory of they're trying to overhype something that doesn't carry the same weight it did back in the 1940s, 1950s, 1960s, because like I showed, things are pretty much on par of high school attendance. 87.9, the national average is 90.1. I think it's lost its luster. I could be wrong, but I think it's lost its luster because the behavior now at college graduation, one has to wonder, is this the byproduct of it doesn't carry the weight anymore? It used to be a joyous occasion. Not this. Is this what it looks like when too many people in the family are graduating high school? When it was one, two, three, oh, the first or the second, this was a moment of pride, celebration. There's nothing prideful about the behavior. You can call it a celebration, but a celebration of what? You have not arrived graduating high school. It's almost as if, oh, well, I didn't expect to graduate high school. That's why you tearing a club up like this. This is that they don't know what else to do. I think subconsciously they know that this doesn't mean anything. I think subconsciously they know that the family is not as excited about them graduating high school as they would have been in the past because it's a whole family graduate. Whereas it used to be, oh, well, our cousin that stays over in Texas, he graduated high school. He's the first of the family. Oh, my grandniece over in Georgia, she's the first one that graduated on her mother's side of the family. I think you once you reach parity with the national average, what's there to celebrate? You just regular degular, as opposed to everybody fawning over you when you were the first in a